Anyone watching this who's getting into dropshipping does not need to test anything more than 3 to 5 products a week. All this testing 10 products a week, bullshit, or test 3 products a day bullshit, you'll lose money. Trust me. A lot of people will always say, don't use AliExpress, use Sprocket, use blah blah blah, and all these other ones. But honestly, you can still get decent shipping times with AliExpress. They put 30 to 60 days on there because they have to save their ass, right? You just want to get those first few orders, and stuff's been arriving in like 15 days max. People are willing to wait for a product if it's quality. Yeah, just communication and selling a good quality product will help you have happy customers. With the AI revolution, and I personally think anyone who isn't willing to at least leverage tools like ChatGPT inside of their business is either stupid or they're just ignorant, because they're not, why wouldn't you go out and write a cool product description? It's not going to convert that well, but you can take pieces and give it certain prompts and then assemble that into something that is great and amazing. That's currently something that I'm doing now to help speed up workflow as well.
That's smart. What about when it comes to like team building? Do you run your operations like pretty lean, or do you constantly hire? Like, how many people do you have on your team? What do you say?
So there's maximum 5 people, and then I can go up to 8 people in busy time periods. Sometimes more, depending on, like in Q4, sometimes you need to hire extra customer service people to handle handle emails. But I like to keep things fairly lean. I used to like outsource things such as like product page building, video. No, sorry, not video editing. We still got a video editor for stuff, but a product researcher. And again, you can't really teach some things. And with AI now, you really can just make things a hell of a lot. You can make your life a hell of a lot more easier as well. So I personally like to keep it between 5 people, and some of the VAs that I've had working for me have been working for me ever since 2017, when I first made my first hires. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
I've gone through some video in terms of like the personal branding side of things and education stuff. I've been through like multiple video editors and stuff like that, but that's probably one of the reasons that, circling back to the short form, is why I couldn't find someone who was just what I was looking for. Same
Yeah.
with my YouTube videos as well. I've only recently just outsourced the video editing as well. So, and he's a super cool guy. So yeah, that's just small things that first and foremost hold you back. Yeah, it's just one of those traits which you can't really, get rid of.
Right. That's interesting. So I also got a question, like, as far as, because you scale pretty big. How do you manage, like, happy customers? How would you say, for somebody that's starting dropshipping, because I think this is a big issue, is like, how do you make your customers happy? Like, is it, in your opinion, just like the product as the foundational piece of like making sure the product is just amazing?
But first and foremost, you always want to be proactive than reactive. So if you are trying to, if you're already in your head thinking about how you can, get around page scores and think about how can I minimize chargebacks and what, you're thinking wrong. What you need to be thinking about is how can you actually minimize all that stuff before it even happens, right? Being proactive rather than reactive. First thing comes down to obviously the product. Now, you want to make sure that, again, I do a lot less testing now because my testing criteria is a lot more strict than what it used to be previous years. Because, again, you can test a load of stuff and some stuff would work, but some stuff wouldn't work. Some stuff would work, but the product quality wasn't fantastic, and all that kind of stuff. Whereas now, again, anyone watching this who's getting into dropshipping does not need to test anything more than 3 to 5 products a week. All this testing 10 products a week, bullshit, or test 3 products a day bullshit, you'll lose money. Trust me, right? So that's what I like to keep. I like to test a lot less stuff rather than just spraying bullets all over the wall, because it just helps you'll test less, but you'll have a higher win rate, and that's what's
Right.
most important, is how many times do you actually win, rather than just spraying a ton of bullets all over the place.
It is. How would you recommend people, look for, because I'm curious, like, when it comes to your product research and just like in general what you launch, like, do you tend to look for products that are more evergreen, or do you just do whatever catches your eye?
Yeah, so let me go back to the other question, and I'll answer that one as well. But
Sure.
one thing you want to do is if you're drop shipping as well, like first and foremost, you don't want to be scaling with AliExpress, right? You can use
Mm.
it, and a lot of people will always say, don't use AliExpress, use Sprocket, use blah blah blah, and all these other ones. But honestly, you can still get decent shipping times with AliExpress. They put 30 to 60 days on there because they have to save their ass, right?
Hmm.
But I've had some stuff which, again, just initially testing. You just want to get those first few orders, and stuff's been arriving in like 15 days max. Which, again, I've ordered stuff from the United States, from like jeans and stuff, and it doesn't get here in the UK in
Right.
15 days. But I know that I'll wait for that time because it's a quality product. People are willing to wait for a product if it's quality. Another thing is communication, right? A lot of people always just send out their confirmation email, their shipping email, and that's it. The customer doesn't
Hmm.
hear from it. They just check their email. They'll get a knock on the door when the product arrives. People will get shook when they don't hear anything for an extended period of time. So you can actually reduce your customer queries by setting up like a reassurance flow. We do this all the time, and it's just basically a Klaviyo flow that you set up that just sends out an email every single week, or based off whatever your delivery times are, to say, hey, your product's on the way. Any questions, let us know. Your tracking numbers here, blah blah blah, and that kind of stuff. And that can help out as well. So just communication and selling a good quality product will help you have happy customers.
Wow.